Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. I have just the cheesecake recipe for you guys that you're going to love all holiday season long. I've been making my white chocolate raspberry brownie cheesecake bars, and these not only look so gorgeous on a serving tray, but they're also packed with so much incredible flavor. We're going to start with a brownie base, make a white chocolate cheesecake layer dotted with fresh raspberries and raspberry preserves, finish the bars off with more white chocolate and more raspberries. Everything about these bars is simply incredible. Let me show you how to make them. And for my brownie base today, I'll be using my basic chocolate cake recipe. I have a separate video for that. I'll include the link down in the video description box below. I already made a batch. I have my chocolate cake batter already. Now I know it's chocolate cake and not a brownie, but once you add that white chocolate cheesecake batter on top, the extra moisture just transforms the cake into the best kind of brownie ever. So I've prepared a 13 by 9 inch rectangle pan, just lined it with some parchment paper, and you want to have a little bit of hangover on the side so that way you can actually lift the slab up and cut it into bars. So I'm going to transfer this batter into my pan. And then grab an offset spatula and spread that batter evenly to all the sides on a nice even base for the cheesecake. Next, I'm going to add dollops of raspberry preserves right on top of that chocolate cake. And then use a toothpick to swirl the raspberry preserves into the cake. And this chocolate cake is going into my preheated oven. I've set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake the cake for just 15 minutes. It's not going to finish baking all the way, but that will get the processed cake started, and meanwhile we can work on our white chocolate cheesecake batter. For my cheesecake batter, I've softened 4 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, so it'll be 32 ounces total, and I'll add them into my mixer bowl. And then I'll whisk the cream cheese for about 5 minutes, scraping down the sides of that bowl periodically to make sure that everything gets in there until that cream cheese is light and fluffy. And once my cream cheese is nice and fluffy, I'm going to add in 1 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese. This is going to make this cheesecake so fluffy. 1 cup of melted white chocolate chips. Half a cup of white granulated sugar. And mix this together for about a minute. And finally, I'll add in 4 large eggs and mix that for another minute or 2, scraping down the sides of that bowl often to make sure that everything is incorporated. And then pour that cheesecake batter over the chocolate cake. And press some fresh raspberries right in there. And this cheesecake is almost ready to go into the oven. One more thing that we need to do is create the water bath. So I just placed my pan onto a larger baking sheet, and I'm going to add a little bit of water in there. And I've also reduced my oven temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Add a little bit of water, about 1/2 inch. This is going to add some moisture into the oven, and it'll keep the top of the cheesecake more level and free of cracks. Bake the cheesecake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 1.5 hours. The sides should be completely set in the center, just slightly wobbly, and then turn off the oven. Let the cheesecake cool in the oven for about 1 hour, and then place it into the fridge overnight. We'll come back tomorrow to add some garnishes, cut the cheesecake into bars, and then dig in to enjoy. All right, my cheesecake is all set. I just took it out of the fridge, and now it's time to take it out of the pan. Just going to grab the sides of the parchment paper and gently nudge it out of there. And then I'm going to grab a long serrated knife to cut the slab into squares. And how amazing do these massive cheesecake bars look? I cannot wait to dig in and enjoy. I'm just going to transfer the bars onto a wire rack, make it a little bit easier to drizzle that white chocolate over the top. And time to garnish these cheesecake bars with more white chocolate on top. I'm also going to garnish these with a little dollop of whipped cream on top. And add a little mint leaf and raspberry on top. And how cute are these cheesecake bars? Absolutely love how they turned out, and I love that they're also like really tall and fluffy, and they look so, so good. Time to dig in and enjoy. I'm going to grab some of that whipped cream off the top as well. This is absolutely delicious. I love everything about these cheesecake bars. They're just so fluffy, and I love the brownie base. It's really rich and chocolatey. And then you have that fluffy white chocolate cheesecake layer. And I love it when you hit a little pot of raspberry jelly in there, and it's just, you get this burst of fruity flavor. Amazing. If you guys are looking for an incredible cheesecake bar recipe, just head on down into the video description box. I'll have the recipe there for you. And if you do make the recipe, I would love to see your recreation on Instagram. Just hashtag it with Tatyana's Everyday Food. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and I'll see you next time.